defensive today. I can let your knees down. And offensive, I'll call it a couple different ways. One way for me used to play that I like to play too, that I play under Ricard, is almost a crisscross approach. Instead of having both feet in the middle, one leg would be in and one would be out, okay? This made a great, when you turn to sweep, it's a great driving foot, also allowed a little extra mobility. So we're hand fighting in here. I'm just gonna reach up, snag my overhook, and come back down, okay? Let's say John's driving in. We could do our basic sweep. What's gonna go for a basic technical stand up to a snap down and to his back. So I'm gonna start building up, and then I'm gonna sprawl and snap down on top. Okay, I'm gonna get all my weight on top of him. Spin. I know you're fine, you're fine. Okay. From here, I'm gonna monitor his hand, my left arm, back of his head, on my feet, walk, walk, walk. Don't fall over. Then get to his back, okay? We get to his back. If you guys don't know any back attacks, don't do it, just stay right here. If you guys know your basic back attacks, just go. I can just go for seatbelt, pry, get him over, my knees in the middle, hook, hook, and then we can start finishing for our chokes, okay? Again, I'm here, framing, I come up, back down, snap down, spin, 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 knee in, seatbelt approach if I want, clamp, my knee in the middle, hook, hook, and choke, okay? This works really well too if I'm flattened. Kick up, sit up, overhook, out, snap, stuff, boom, pry him, boom, boom. Finish. Okay, questions? Let's start off that 1, 2, 3. I don't have a hook in, let's say I have a hook in. Okay, I've got it's a little bit easier because I already got one hook in. I pry him down and my other hook comes into place, no problem, okay? If I do not have a hook on, especially when we spin to the back, we don't have the luxury, I have to take a wedge and jam this spot, knee in the hole, okay? That's gonna start opening up for my rollback. But it's also gonna start setting me up for my hook. So when I roll now, my left hook is gonna come in first, then pull my right hook out, wrist control, control, and then we start looking for our choke, okay? So do not try to just roll your buddy over like this. If I have no leg in the middle, I'm basically rolling him on top of me, he slides off, and now we're kind of a scramble. So I wanna make sure I'm jammed in, nice and deep. Now, when I roll, sorry about the nut shot, it comes right in, all right? That's a face crank, you like that? That's good. All right, another 1 or 2 minutes on this, we'll go next, 1, 2, 3.
And then instead of going to his back, I'm gonna just kind of lift up a little bit, jump in with my knee, boom, and then my other leg goes on top, and I squeeze. And it's a nice little arm in guillotine. I kind of use that grip, but you can go however you want.
It's the only arm in guillotine that works.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll just go from here, right? So I came out on top, and here I pull everything tight to make space, and I kind of lift. Jump in, boom, and that's it.
You see, can you do the other direction now too? Now I want you to watch how Kenny's got his arm trapped on the other side of the body.
And here, boom, and I keep it tight with both hands. Kind of lift and jump, and then I escort. And then I kind of also roll my wrist into his throat and elbow down. So I'm doing that. And it makes it nice and tight.
So arm is going to be on this side of the body, not the other side. You want to have that arm over here. It's almost like a katagatami with the legs. All right, try it. 1, 2, 3. Arm drags are a great tool from butterfly guard. When we are thinking arm drags, I'm playing a little bit more neutral, and my opponent has to be engaged with me. If my opponent is chest tall, playing a stupid patty cake game, I talked about this before, just fucking double leg them. You know, go after them, do a technical stand-up. Right now, we are engaging in a hand battle. So, 2 options with arm drag. Left hand to wrist, right hand underneath, or right hand cross wrist, left hand on top, okay? You'll probably feel better, same side wrist control in here. Now, when I do the arm drag, I'm gonna take my left leg out. So I make my grip, 1, 2. Now, as a counterbalance, I'm gonna pull John forward as I pull myself in and get on my right hip. Boom. I wanna get nice and deep. I should feel I have my chest right over his lat, hand around his hip, and my other one's draping over his arm, all right? I could do it simple. If you guys are really dynamic, I could get up, get my other hook in, all that shit. I find that a little harder because I'm fatter, so I prefer to take a weave. So my right leg weaves over the top of John's leg. All right, so I've trapped my foot here, and then cup his hip, step back a little bit this leg, kick, and scoop. John drops in. I now establish my grip. I can stay just tight or get my other hook in. Same thing, and I'm right back to my choke. Okay, again. Right here, boom, boom, boom. Hook, clamp, stop, kick. See how leg my straight's hooked underneath? Now I start establishing my wrist control, choke, and finish. This leg can just monitor, or I come over the top and get my traditional hooks or your body lock. Okay, one more time in the arm drag. Right here. I can do cross wrist, same side. I think about a throw by, step, boom. Right back to where I was. Weave, scoop, and finish. Okay? Questions? Maybe we'll go twister off that too if we're lucky. 1, 2, 3. So, same exact thing. I've hit my arm drag, I scoop. Now leg weaves. Now the difference is, my left foot is gonna come behind, right foot in front. Sorry, my left foot comes in front, my right foot comes behind. So now I have lockdown. I scoot again, and I stay right here on the side. Inside wrist control, pull it tight, arm over, okay? So you're here, pull it tight. I can even have this. And then my right hand is to come through the hole, get up on my elbow. Grab the back of his head, 10-finger grip, pull his head towards me, extend my legs. Now you kind of see what's called twister, like just wringing his spine out. All right, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, lockdown. Scoop, stay on my hip, 2 on 1. Pull it over, right arm, I'm using my left arm to keep it up. Swims through, get high. All the time get high. Now, 10-finger grip or gable grip. If I pull his head and then extend. One more time. I'm just having too much fun today, John. All right. So, same thing. Boom, boom, scoot, slide. Wrap, lockdown grip. So, I already, remember the lockdown. You already laced your foot. The other foot comes now in front of it and hooks his Achilles. Then my foot will wrap behind my own Achilles. Okay, this is lockdown. I'm not gonna worry about trying to get him to the back. I'm just gonna scoot out, stay right here. Wrist control, nice and tight. And you come up to the shoulder, pull it open, weave through, nice and tall. Underneath his head, and twist. Okay, try that. If it's too funky, stick to the back, take 2-3 minutes on this, and we're gonna go X guard. All right, 1, 2, 3. So to get in here offensively is a little different. I'm gonna work for inside control, and then I'm gonna have my hands right around his armpit level, like a shallow overhook. I have a shallow overhook, scoot, and then get him up. Okay, again. So here, shallow, scoop, rock him up. The higher I get, the better. So put your feet on the ground. Okay, now we're gonna go for our X guard. I'm gonna go my right side. So my right is gonna come underneath. My left foot is gonna travel behind his kneecap. Then my right foot will travel into his hip socket. Really important, both knees are out. I have opposing forces. My left foot is pulling that way. My right foot is pulling that way. I don't want John to be stable here, so he'll get more stable on top of me. I stand up. Nice. So I don't want to be strong. I'll try to off balance him a little bit. Okay, come back. So our basic sweep, we have a little off balance. Then instead of doing a technical stand up to a little trip, I push him away a little bit, drop my right foot to his Achilles, and then kick and push. He falls down, legs in the middle, come up, start passing, whatever you guys want to do. Again. Here, long distance, get underneath, scoop, elevate. Oops, that's my fault. Now weave through, underneath. All right, push him away a little bit, Keep my right foot strong. Left foot drops to his Achilles, opposing forces. He falls down, and I'm being very stable, making sure he doesn't run away right now. Now I can come up, both feet in the middle, and start passing. One more time. Here. Yes, no, maybe. So, where my opponent is a little flat to us, and I have a neutral stance, doesn't mean I'm a left leg lead or right leg lead, and I'm gonna work my body underneath. So I'm gonna start with my first grip. I'm gonna use my insteps to hook behind his Achilles, grab behind his knees, and then throw myself underneath, butt scoot underneath, and get a single leg X. Okay? For you guys just walking my class, most of you know what single leg X is, but my left foot, my top foot, is right around his hip socket, my heel digging in, and the flat of my foot pushing into his belly. My right foot is tucking right underneath his butt cheek, and then I'm pulling my butt up and pinching my knees together. I should have a lot of space on here. No flat back, all right? I'm then gonna clamp my left elbow to the ground and think about bridging that way. Once we knock him over, we're not out of the woods yet, where I can either do a simple technical stand-up and start passing, or what we're working on fundamentals is I go to a leg drag pass. I pass the leg over to our hip. I do almost a wave of the body. Pass it over, control the knee line, pull it to me as I now do a technical stand-up on the left side, then cut to my right. Now I'm in a leg drag position under the head and finish my guard pass. Whole thing again. We're here, neutral, hook, grab, scoop, clamp. Butt up, knees pinched. I am not holding, okay? This actually mobilizes his foot a little bit. I want to immobilize it by getting my elbow right around his Achilles and my hand right around my ass. You don't need to grab your own ass, but close. Add a big bridge. Pass it over in my shirt. Cup the knee. I don't want him running away now. Build up, knee cut pass, right to leg drag, and finish. One more time. Hook, bridge, pass, knee cut, leg drag, finish. Yes, no, maybe. Let's go. If I play single leg X, I also have to be able to play X guard. I also have to understand reaping, and I also have to have a butterfly guard to a certain degree. So these are kind of in the family of techniques. Your butterfly, single leg X guard, and reaping. If you watch Formiga or Marcelo Garcia, excellent displays of how all three of those start working, or four of those start working together. All right, so Mike now, let's come back over here. I better decide. All right, now I don't really care what stance he has, but now he's in a hand fighting range where he's looking to pass, and now I'm gonna look for a 2-on-1 grip. I could simply be a baseball grip, or a very preferred grip is a cross hand grip, elbow grip. Now I'm gonna do the same exact thing, but now my butt scoot has to be a little more determined. I don't have anchors anymore. I have to reach, pull my John over, and throw myself deep, and then get my single leg X. All right, what most people are gonna do is they are either gonna try to peel this foot. Once that happens, we are fucked. Not fucked, but we have to transition. So, as that foot peels, my right hand, my foot, goes behind his kneecap, then my left foot slides in front of his hip. Now I have X guard, okay? Overhook X guard, which is not bad. I think one of the best feats of overhook X guard is this little trip, which we're gonna do. But when you think about it, I have to have opposing forces. My right instep is hooked behind John's knee, and I'm pulling it to the wall. My left instep is hooked in John's hip, and I'm pushing it forward. I should feel like I have control of John's base. Okay? I'm not just lazy here. Opposing forces almost like elevating. Now I'm just gonna continue pushing a little bit to my left. My right foot drops. I sweep them out. Legs in the middle. And now I start getting up again. Okay? So, again, 2-on-1. Maybe we got baseball grip. Slide, scoop, tuck in. Whoop, whoop. Now I'm gonna keep my pressure that way. Drop. One more time. We're here, hand fighting. Here you get a 2-on-1. Not really strong. Josh was talking, some guys was asking about this morning. If I had a pure arm drag, I'd probably rather come in for like a single leg attack. But if I have that cross here, great scoot underneath, slide in my peels, boom, drop, and finish. Pull, go. So if I'm long range on a trap, hook, scoop, so I get deep. All right. My ending position on shin, I have a cross at our shins, and then my elbow is deep behind John's knee, and my right hand is framing John's knee. All right. Now I'm thinking about doing a Granby roll to my right. So I'm gonna start rolling to my right hip, right elbow, right shoulder. As I do, I keep this unit tight. I want to elevate this as I roll. Stay up. No. That's okay. White bolt. That's okay. So we're here. I grab, scoop, rotate, elevate. Now, as I kick or pull, I'm gonna kick my leg forward, snap up for my single leg X. John squares up like he should, peels my leg. I transition to X guard. Now we did that sweep. Well, let's just add a duck tackle stand-up sweep as a bonus. If I'm gonna get a tackle stand-up sweep, it's better with this leg on my shoulder. So I spread John out a little bit, and I just quickly get my hand underneath and bring it back to my shoulder. Now I do tackle stand-up to my right. Okay, whole thing again. My thought, guys, if some of you done Shin with me, if it feels really crazy and weird, I go through a whole other lesson on this, but if it feels crazy and weird, just skip it, go back to the arm control entrance or work it. So, these guys right leg forward, hook, grab, scoop. Right hand here, okay? I want to protect this space. Now I do that almost mini Granby roll, kick, snap in. He peels. Transition X guard. Pull him away a little bit, back to my shoulder. I'm gonna go to my open side, kick. Build my base all the way up. Delete that. Okay, one more time. Boom. Cool. Let's go.
2 knees down. And a lot of times what will happen is, here, like spread out. If I start to go sweeping Chris, and he doesn't have a post anymore. And if I go to sweep him and he doesn't post his leg right about here, he's gonna get swept, right? Bang. So go ahead and go back. So I start the sweep, usually mid-sweep, they have to post their leg. That's our opportunity to transition into either single leg X or X guard, depending on where I place my hand. The easier transition is just to cup the outside of his ankle and go scoot right under for single leg X. And now if he stays on his knee, that opens up a lot of opportunities, but most people will go ahead and stand up, and now we've got our single leg X position. So that's the entry. So we're here, I wrap around, grab the far lat, or if you guys want to cup the shoulder, you can. I grip the wrist, I pull stuff, I go to sweep, he steps up, cup the outside of the ankle, scoop my butt underneath, and lock up the single leg X. Or I'll just show, if you guys want to practice this too, same thing, boom, we go. He steps his leg up. Instead of grabbing the outside of the ankle, I dive underneath, immediately bring this up on my shoulder, and now I'm in an X guard. As soon as he stands up, I switch my hooks, and now I'm in X guard. All right, so you guys can try both of those. Good? 1, 2, 3. He steps his leg up, yes, and exactly. They have to step it here, guys. If you're having trouble reaching the leg because they stepped it way back there, so say he just steps his leg up right there, he's still gonna go over, right? Because he needs that post over here. If he steps his leg, yeah, exactly. So I just reach, I cup, I scoop my butt under, and I lock up my single leg X. Now remember, single leg X, my heel is in the hip, my toes are pointed out, my hips are high, I'm pinching with my elbow, and my hook is on the far butt. And then I've got this clamp with my thighs on his upper leg. All right, so the first sweep, we'll show 2 because they work well with each other. So the first sweep, my goal is to make his knee point out like this. The basic single leg X sweep. I'm bumping my weight into his thigh to point his knee out. And we knock him over that way. So we'll do that one more time, right to single leg X. We're here, and I'm just bumping my hips and my thigh into his thigh to point his knee out as I tuck my elbow to my side even more. That's the first one. Now, a lot of times, people with good balance, when I do that, he'll probably step back, but then he usually will come back, all right? So we're here, we bump, I off balance him, which is important in single leg X, right? Because if he's just standing and I'm not doing anything, I'm just here kind of thinking, waiting, he's gonna peel, he's gonna pass, right? It's gonna make it very difficult. I have to be constantly off balancing him when I'm in single leg X. So I bump him this way, then he comes back, bang. That's when I cup the far ankle. It's very easy to sweep when you have this far ankle control. The trick is actually getting it. So that's where the off balancing comes in. Get him to step, cup the ankle, now we chop straight down. Now we've broken him down to a hip. We can either come right up, or there's leg attacks from there. So one more time for both. The first sweep, bump to the outside. Second sweep, he recovers and steps back. I bump, boom, he steps back, cup, chop. Finish the sweep for now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It's a bit more, well, they're both offensive, but anyway. All right, so I'm gonna cup behind his armpits here. I wanna pull him forward, and my goal is to get him, his weight up, and he's gonna post. Boom. As soon as I do that, so go back, so that's the first step, is to get him over me and posted. As soon as I do that, I'm gonna swim for a leg. And I kind of rotate. See, a hand goes to the armpit, and I pivot off to the side, and we go right in for single leg X. Or, just, you can go right in for X from here too. And we're gonna go to single leg X.
Go back down again. Okay. And guys, I brought this up in fundamentals. Watch what Oz does with his butt. He's not pulling Chris over him. Oz is disappearing, getting his what Oz does really well. He scoots and launches people high, and it's a great, great movement pattern. So
yeah, the more you can scoot underneath them, the better success you'll have with all things butterfly and most sweeps in general. So here, we're cupping. I'm pulling him forward, scooting underneath. Boom, and then I scoot. I single leg X. All right, what are we gonna do from here?
The offensive transition.
Yes, okay. So here, say we wanted X guard, but we were only able to secure the single leg X, right? Because it's a quick transition, right? So I'm gonna cup the knee. I pull down on the knee. So again, come back. I cup outside here and pull down on the knee. That's gonna open up this little space right here that I can swim my hand right into, put that leg up on my shoulder, and now I transition to X. Another way you can do it, here, I cup the knee, and maybe I can't fit here. I'm gonna bring my elbow down and come under this way. Also, I'm just gonna throw this in. We don't have time to drill it, but when we end up here in this kind of half and half position, the leg's not on my shoulder yet. I'm not in full X. I like a sweep from here where I chop and bring them down. So there's a nice little sweep there, but we're not gonna drill that right now. So again, back from the beginning, here, rotate, secure the single leg X, transition to the X by cupping the knee, pulling down on it, opening up that space, leg goes up on my shoulder, I keep him framed, take my hooks. If the leg's on my right shoulder, that's my right hook is on top. That's the rule of thumb if you guys get confused. From here, my goal is to do a technical stand-up. I want to stretch his weight away. His goal is to put his weight on this leg, right? So I have to stretch him away, and as I stretch him away is when I sit up. Don't try to stretch them away and then try to sit up. They're gonna come right back. Boom. So I have to stretch them away as I sit up, come up to a hand, I keep my foot on the thigh, and technical stand up. Here, technical stand up. Now I run them down. And I keep that leg pinched. So we'll go from here, cup the knee, swim for X, get that up on the shoulder, take my hooks, stretch them away, technical stand up here, and run him down. And again, the whole time I'm keeping that pinched so he can't escape his leg. Good? All right, 1, 2, 3.